cafe with my friends.
What time is it now?
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. The class starts at 7 and finishes at 8. I learn English for 1 hour in the class. I learn and practice deeply during 1 hour in the class.
What time is your breakfast?
My breakfast is at about 7. At 7, I eat breakfast with my friends in the cafe. After breakfast, we go to work together.
What time do you practice English?
I practice English before the class starts. I practice English before I learn some lessons in class. I think practice is good for English skill. I can't speak English well without practice. That's why I always practice in class.
What time do you read for knowledge?
I read for knowledge when I have free time. I read for knowledge when I relax at home. I always read for knowledge when I have no job. Nowadays, knowledge is important for people.
How do you come to class?
When I have motorbike, I come to class by motorbike.
How do you study English?
I study English deeply.
How do you live in Mandalay?
I live together with my friends in a hostel. We are not from the same village. We come from different places. We become friends when we work together in the same company.
How do you do homework?
When I do homework, I read the lesson again and again. If I find new vocabulary and grammar, I study them with verses. I read and study enough. I try to use in the conversation.
How do you speak English?
I usually speak English quickly. But if I speak with the basic students, I speak slowly and clearly.
How do you treat the people around you?
I always treat the people nicely. I never treat the people badly. I love the people.
Let me know how you spend your free time.
Yeah, sure. I will tell you about how I spend my free time. At work, I spend my free time sitting in the cafe. In the class, I spend my free time practicing with my friends. At home, I spend my free time reading and using Facebook.
How about you?
I'm also fine. Thank you. You are welcome.
How's your dad?
My dad is good. He is strong enough.
How's your mom?
My mom is not fine today. She is very sick because of bad weather. That's why she goes to clinic to see the doctor. Now she is improving because she takes medicines every day.
How is the class today?
The lesson is excellent today. I like the information and idea from lesson. It's not boring to learn. It's interesting to learn. I feel so good when I learn the lesson.
Family. Tell me something about your family members.
Well, I live in a nuclear family. I just like many other people of my age. My father is a civil servant in the government. My mother is a doctor in a hospital. We are all busy with our own business. So it is not easy for us to get together.
Should young people live with the old?
Just as the saying goes, the old are the treasure of the family. I definitely think young people should live with the old if they have the chance. In this way, the young could get a lot of different kinds of advice from the old, and of course, the old could get passion and energy from the young.
Do your parents call their parents often? What do they usually talk about?
Well, these years my grandparents are getting older. Because they don't live with us, my parents would sometimes go to visit them, or sometimes call them to care about their lives and their health. I think this is a virtue for many Chinese to care for their parents when they get old.
Do you think it's good to raise a child in the city?
It's a hard question. I think it's okay. Actually, nowadays a lot of children are raised in the city. Although they can't get close to the nature, they can receive good education and can enjoy the advanced facilities, such as parks, museums, and libraries in the city.
Festivals and holidays. What do you usually do when you have holidays?
I do many things. Sometimes, I stay at home to read and surf the internet, relax myself.
What did you do in your last holidays?
I went to Hainan last holiday. I stayed there for about 10 days. Although the weather was still cold here, it's very warm in Hainan. I walked on the beach and appreciated the beautiful scenery.
Which public holidays do you like the most? What's your favorite festival?
I like the holiday of Spring Festival because we can have a very long holiday. It's also a time to be together with family and relax. I'm always looking forward to it.
Do you prefer doing things indoors or outdoors on a holiday?
Do you like spending your holidays alone or going out with your friends? I prefer going outdoors because I usually stay indoors to work or study. It's really important for me to breathe the fresh air and exercise my body during holidays. Sometimes I would go on short trips to relax myself.
Do you like National Holiday or the Spring Festival?
I like the Spring Festival holiday because it's the time for family reunions. I could also eat a lot of delicious food and set off fireworks. I guess it's just a special season for Chinese people. No other festivals or holidays can replace it.
Do you want to have more holidays?
Of course, I would like to go to school 3 days a week and have 4 days off if that's possible. However, if I have too much free time, I will feel bored.
Sport. What sports do you like? Why?
I like many different kinds of sports: badminton, tennis, and volleyball. I think it's a good way for me to stretch my muscles and make friends. I would sometimes go to the university campus near my home to do these sports.
Did you like to play sport when you were a child?
Yes, I did. When I was a child, I was more active. I would always play some sports with my friends on our school playground even after school. I think it's good for children to do some exercise.
What kind of outdoor activity do you often do?
I usually go hiking and play badminton in the park during my spare time. I think hiking is good for my health and can help me get close to the nature. Playing badminton is good for me to stretch my arms after a whole day's work or study.
Shopping. Where do you usually go shopping?
I usually go to nearby supermarkets to buy both daily necessities and clothes. I don't like spending too much time shopping. Occasionally, I would also shop online, and I think it's pretty convenient.
Do you enjoy shopping in big shopping malls?
Yes, I do. There are usually a variety of products and brands there. And the service is good. If you don't like something you have bought, you can ask for a refund, but usually you can't do that at a smaller shop.
Where do you buy your clothes?
I usually buy my clothes at a shopping mall near my home. I care about the quality of clothes, and I want to wear comfortable ones. So I would usually buy good brand casual clothes, since I don't want to spend a lot of time shopping. I would go shopping once every 2 months.
Why some people don't like shopping?
Shopping is usually time-consuming, and shopping centers are always full of people. So some people might feel dizzy and uncomfortable when they go to such places. Sometimes too many choices can also make people feel hard to make decisions.
What do you feel about the trend of the fashion?
I think it's nice because people would always try to follow the trend, and they would make a lot of changes accordingly. Fashion can add more spice and sparkles to our life.
Gift. Do you think it's difficult to choose? What gift to give to people?
Definitely, it's really hard to know what others want or need. Sometimes we might buy what we like for others. I sometimes feel it's a good way to give money or gift card. Instead, if we don't really have the idea of what to buy.
When was the last time you received a gift?
Last month, my sister bought a very beautiful sweater for me. It was a good gift. Actually, I don't receive gifts often, but I'm always happy to have them.
Do you prefer to receiving a gift or giving a gift?
I think both. When I receive gifts, I can feel happy and loved. But when my friends or family members love the gift, give them, I'll also feel happy.
Do you like giving gifts to your friends?
Yes, I believe sending gifts to others not only shows your love or respect to them, but also helps to bring closer the relationship between each other. So I always try to send my friends something.
Traveling. Do you like traveling?
Yes, I do. Traveling can help me learn local cultures and customs. I can also taste a variety of local food. I think it's great to travel with friends and families. It might be even better if I could travel overseas.
Where do you like to go when you go traveling?
I don't like very crowded places. I don't like to visit the tourist attractions. But I would like to visit some people's home and some unique restaurants. I can learn a lot from just walking in the city.
Have you ever traveled for a long time?
Yes, I went to Yunnan province last summer and stayed there for almost 2 weeks. It's really my longest trip so far.
Do you like long trips?
If I have enough time, I think long trips are nice. Because I can always learn new things by staying there for a longer time. Also, if I have plenty of time to explore a place, I won't feel too tired.
How do you feel when you travel?
I can always feel relaxed and excited. Because I can see different things and learn the local cultures and customs.
Do you prefer to travel alone or with other people?
I prefer to travel with other people. Because I can talk with them and share our experiences. Also, I'm not good at directions. If I travel with others, I don't need to worry about getting lost.
Which country would you like to travel to in the future?
If I have enough money, I'd like to travel to Egypt. It's a mysterious country to me and I always want to walk in the pyramids. I think I might even find the buried treasure if I'm lucky enough.
Housework. Do people do a lot of housework in your country?
Yes, many people like to do the housework themselves. Because they believe it is their own private matters. But it seems more people like to pay for somebody else to do the housework for them. Because in their mind, their time is more valuable than doing housework.
Did you do a lot of housework when you were a child?
Well, I'll have to say sorry to my parents. 'Cause when I was a child, my parents wanted me to spend all my time in studying or playing. And so they did not ask me to do any housework.
Is it important for a child to do housework?
Maybe, I am not so sure. It is possible for them to do housework to understand the value of life.
What different kinds of housework do men and women do?
Well, many a time men will do some housework like changing the bulbs, fixing the locks, or plumbing. But now more men are sharing other housework with women.
Should children help their parents to do some housework?
Yes, I think it is a good idea to ask children to help their parents to do some housework. In this way, the children can not only learn some practical skills, but also have a sense of their parents' hard work.
Home and family. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a flat. It's a 15-story building and my home is on the 5th floor. We have 3 bedrooms and a big living room. I like my home because it's spacious.
Do you like to live in a big city or a small town?
It's a dilemma. I think it would be nice to live in the countryside, but work and enjoy the modern facilities in the city. Right now, I live in big cities. I have access to all kinds of modern facilities and it's also easier for me to find a suitable job. However, the air pollution and traffic problems sometimes drive me crazy. I think I'll move to the countryside after I get retired.
Which room is your favorite in your home?
I love our living room because it's spacious. I could watch TV and play computer games there. I also like the view from the big window. From there, I could see the river in my city and the beautiful trees along the river. I think I spend most of the time at home in the living room besides sleeping time.
Do you like changing your flat?
If I have the option, it'll be nice to move to a bigger flat. I will never complain about having a big flat. If I do, I'll be able to hold parties with my friends and even play badminton in our living room. Now we would usually feel crowded if we have a guest. With a big flat, this won't be a problem anymore.
Is it good for family members to eat together?
Absolutely. For a lot of Chinese families, dinner time is a quality time that the family can spend together. Because during that time, we'll concentrate on our meal and set our tasks or homework aside. If family members do not eat together, I think it'll be hard for the people who live under the same roof to know each other well.
Do you know your neighbors?
Yes, I recently moved to this new home. But one day, when I was walking down the stairs, from then on, I would always talk to her when I see her in the stairway. I feel it's good to know my neighbors because when I have some problems or troubles, I could ask them for help.
Do you prefer young or old neighbors?
I prefer young neighbors, especially people of my age. Because we wait more likely to have things in common. It's easier for us to communicate and we could even do some outdoor activities together. However, if have old neighbors, we'll be able to learn life experience from them.
What do you think can be added to your flat?
If it's possible, I'd love to have a guest room added. Sometimes my friends visit but my home is too tiny so they have to sleep in the living room. I always feel embarrassed for that with an extra guest room. Everything will be solved. If we don't have guests, I can use it as my private study room, which will help me study more effectively.
Handcraft. When do you need to make something yourself?
I usually don't need to make things myself, because we can always find everything at supermarkets. But occasionally I make scarves or sweaters by myself. It's like my pastime hobby. I would always feel a sense of success when I complete a project.
Is it good for children to do more hands-on activities?
I think so. When children make things themselves, they're more likely to remember things and their interest will be aroused during the process. It's also a good way to teach them to be independent. When children use their hands, they'll need to think and their brains will also be developed better.
Should children learn a certain skill in their early age?
It depends if they're interested in something, such as drawing and playing instruments. It's helpful for them to start early. They'll have more career choices when they grow older if they have some special skills. However, if the children don't want to learn a skill that the parents think is important, it'll be wise for parents to respect the children's choice.
Did you ever learn to make something by hand?
Yes, when I was a child, even in the kindergarten. My teachers had taught me how to make a paper plane and paper bird. It was quite encouraging to see things made by my own hands.
Do you think it is popular in China?
These days, handmade things are becoming popular. 'Cause some handmade things are so unique and exquisite that no such machines can produce. On some other occasions, when people are bored with those things massively produced by machines, they may choose to make one with their own hands.
If you have a chance, what do you want to learn?
If I have the chance, I would like to learn to make a kite with my own hands. When I was a child, I liked to fly kites very much, and my father had bought me a lot of kites. But I dreamed of having one kite, made all by myself, that could fly higher than any of my classmates and friends. But I never had a chance to do so because my father was too busy with his business and could not provide me with the necessary material and skills.
Did you do handcrafts at school?
Elle actually had a handcraft class when I was in elementary school, and the teacher would teach us to do all kinds of handcrafts. I would always feel proud of myself when I brought my own artworks home.
Do you think Chinese people like making handcrafts?
I think so. In the past, a lot of people would make their own sweaters.
Happiness. What can make you feel happy?
A lot of things. For example, if I hear some good news about myself or people around me, I'll feel happy. Last month, one of my cousins gave birth to a baby girl. I felt happy for her and for the newborn baby. The other day, I bought a nice bag on sale, which also made me feel happy. I guess life is full of happiness and we just need to have the eyes to discover it.
How to improve your happiness level?
We need to treat ourselves well. When it's time to rest, we should make excuses to work or study too much. We should exercise more and eat healthily in order to keep our body fit. If we're healthy physically, we'll also feel happy mentally. In addition, having good social connections can also make us feel happier. So we should treat the people around us nicely.
Will unhappy things influence your mood?
Definitely. Sometimes just a tiny unhappy thing can ruin a whole day. For example, if I'll have some conflicts with another driver while I'm driving or riding a bike, this incident will haunt me the whole time on my way to work or school. If I learn that I didn't do well on an exam, which I have studied for a whole month, I'll probably be upset for a few days.
Is happiness important?
Of course, that's why we use the words related to happiness to show our good wishes, such as Happy New Year, have a good time, and enjoy your meal. If we're happy, we're more likely to enjoy a longer life. Also, happy students can study well and happy workers can work more productively. So, we have to remind ourselves and people around us to be happy all the time.
Can money make people happier?
Sometimes it does, but money doesn't work when it comes to long-term happiness. Money can buy us material satisfaction, but spiritually, it is pale and weak. although we need money to buy us daily necessities. But we shouldn't be obsessed with making more and more money, especially when we have to sacrifice our family or health. A lot of rich people will eventually regret it when they get money and lose everything else in the end.
Are all kinds of unhappiness bad?
Not necessarily. On some occasions, when we are stuck in unhappiness, we may learn something that is helpful to us, so that we will not suffer from the unhappiness in this aspect again. In this sense, the unhappiness is just a kind of beneficial experience.
How old are you?
I am 20 years old. My brother is 26 years old. He is 6 years older than me. He is single. He isn't married. Now he lives in Thailand for business. My sister is 30 years old. She is 10 years older than me. I love my sister because she always treats me like a mother. She always guides me like a teacher.
How old are your parents?
My dad is 45 years old. My mom is 40 years old. They love each other. They start their marriage with zero. I mean, they have nothing when they marry. But they work hard.
How long is the class?
The class is 1 hour long. I learn in the class from 8 to 9 in the morning. I do the class activities during 1 hour. The class activities are learning, reading, and practicing.
How many family members are there in your family with you?
There are 6 family members including me. They are my father, my mother, 2 elder brothers, 1 younger sister, and me.
How many students are there in the class with you?
There are about 50 students with me in the class. We all study the same level. We learn and practice together happily every day. We always have a good time in the class.
How many teachers are there in this class?
There is only 1 teacher in this class. Her name is Mary. She is good at teaching. She explains the lessons very detailed and clearly. Every student likes her teaching method.
How many computers are there in the class?
There is only 1 computer. It's not mine. It's teacher's computer.
How many books are there on the bookshelf to read for knowledge?
There are many books on the bookshelf to read for knowledge. You can borrow those books every time. After you read, you have to return those books because books are expensive.
How much money is there in your wallet?
There is only a little money in my wallet. A cup of coffee is 400,000. A bowl of shan noodles is 800,000. I have no enough money for them. I only have 1,000,000. I don't dare to go to the tea shop with a little money. Let's go back, my friend. It's better to eat at home.
How much beer is there in the fridge?
There is a lot of beer in the fridge. I invited my friends to my birthday party. They are going to arrive here soon. If there is no enough beer, We have to buy more.
How much tea is there in the kettle?
There is only a half of tea in the kettle. Don't worry, I am making more tea for the guests. When they arrive, I will treat them to some tea and tea leaf salad.
How much jam is there to eat with the bread?
There is a pot of jam in the cupboard. Jam is ready and bread is ready. Coffee is over there to drink. Now you can have breakfast.
How much is a cup of tea?
A cup of tea is 400,000. But there isn't the same price for a cup of tea. Some take 500,000. Some take 400,000 for a cup of tea.
How much is your handset?
My handset is 250,000. It's good to use internet. It's good to play games. The camera is really excellent. If I take photos, the pictures are really vivid. You should buy this handset.
How much is this book?
This book is 2,000. What the book is about? It's about education. Will you buy? If the book is about education, I will surely buy. Here is 2,000 for the book.
How much is class fee for 3 months?
Class fee is 50,000 for 3 months. Do you think it is too much for you?
Who do you admire in this class?
I admire all of the people in this class.
Who do you need to practice English?
I need my classmates to practice English.
Who do you talk about in front of the class?
I talk about my teachers and parents in front of the class.
Who do you respect in the company?
I respect the manager for his age and experience.
Who do you love most in your family?
I equally love everyone in my family.
Who do you come to class with?
I come to class with my friends. Sometimes I come alone.
Who do you live with in Mandalay?
I live with my family members in Mandalay.
Who do you give your lesson book to?
I give my lesson book to loan of my friends.
Who do you want to choose to speak English?
I want to choose Nero. I like his English. His pronunciation is beautiful. His grammar is correct. He has many ideas. He never loses ideas when he speaks English. That's why I want to choose him to speak for today.
Who do you hate?
I hate no one. No one hates me. I love everyone. Everyone loves me. I respect everyone. I treat everyone nicely. I help everyone. Everyone helps me. I am okay with the people.
Who do you learn English from?
I learn English from my teacher. My teacher's name is Mary. She is one of the teachers from LBS class. She is nice and friendly to students. All students are happy when she teaches. All students are motivated when she teaches.
Who do you study English for?
I study English for myself and others. Especially I want to help poor people. If I have enough money and education. Poor people have no education. Poor people are jobless. Poor people are homeless. I want to help them to have education, job, and home.
Who are you?
I am Nero. I am one of the students from LBS class. I am trying my best to improve my English. My grammar is weak compared to other students. I want to improve my English more than now. That's why I come to class every single day.
Who is hero in your life?
My father is hero in my life. He is brave and honest. He teaches how to talk with people. He teaches how to live with people. He teaches how to work with people. He is my hero and he is my first teacher.
Who is your teacher?
My teacher is from LBS class. His name is June. He teaches me how to speak English. He teaches me how to learn everything deeply. His teaching is clear to understand. He is my role model.
Who is he?
He is my friend. His name is Jack. He lives with me in a hostel. He is working as a manager in a hotel. He needs a good English for his job. That's why I bring him to class.
Who is she?
She is my classmate. Her name is Mary. We study together in this class. We come to class together every day. We practice English together. We understand each other. We help each other. We are best friends. I am so happy to be friends with Mary.
Who is this?
This is my younger brother. He is a first-year student from Yadanaban University. He is a good student. He does homework regularly. He specializes in English. English is his favorite subject.
Who wants to practice English with me?
Everybody wants to practice with you. You have a lot of information. You have many ideas to share. You have enough English to help other students.
Who says education is important?
My teacher says education is important. I think he is right. We can't change our lives without education. I cannot have success without education. I totally agree with him.
Who thinks my English becomes better and better?
Every student thinks your English becomes better and better. They know you try the best to improve. They know you practice all the time. They know you do homework every day.
Who is happy in the class today?
Everybody is happy in the class. Everybody is happy to practice English. Everybody is glad to learn English in the class. Every student is trying the best in the class.
Who is happier than me today?
I am happier than you today in the class. I can make presentations successfully. I don't make mistakes with pronunciations. I don't make mistakes with grammar. So I think I am the happiest man in the class.
Who is luckier today?
I am luckier today in the class. Today I have a chance to speak English. I have a chance to show my English skill. I have a chance to practice with my teacher. That's why I say I am luckier today.
Who is more important in your family?
My father is more important in my family. He is a good leader for family business. He is a good teacher for our lives. He is a good guide for our future. My father is the most important in my family.
Who is in the class?
Jack is in the class. He is alone. He is reading the lesson. He is waiting for teacher and classmates. He is a punctual student. He is never late. He always comes to class on time.
Who is here?
Everyone is here. Everyone is here to learn. Everyone is ready to practice. Everyone is excited to start the class. Nobody is bored today. Nobody thinks the class is boring today.
Who is with you in the class?
No one is with me in the class. I am sitting alone in the class. Every student is outside. They are waiting for the teacher.
Do you like to go to movies?
I like watching movies a lot.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like comedies.
How many people are there in your family?
There are 5 people in my family: my father, mother, brother, sister, and me.
What does your father do?
My father is a doctor. He works at the local hospital.
How old is your mother?
She is 45 years old, 3 years younger than my father.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes, at 10:30.
Do you know Mike is married?
Yes, he is.
When did it all start?
It started right from university.
Are you concerned about calories when eating out?
Yes, I am. I'm on diet now, so this really matters to me.
Are fast food restaurants like KFC or McDonald's famous in your country?
Yes, they are. The youth in my country are big fans of fast food.
Do you often drink alcohol when eating out?
No, not often. Just when I'll have parties with my friends.
Do you mind if I'll open the windows?
Sure, make yourself comfortable.
What do you do on weekends?
I'll usually go shopping and do the washing.
What time do you have breakfast?
I'll have breakfast at 7 a.m.
Can you pick me up at the station?
All right. At what time?
What time will you be free?
I will be free at 9:40.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes, at 10:30.
How was your trip?
It was quite interesting.
How much money do you have?
I don't have money.
When did you buy your car?
I bought it last year.
Can I pay by credit card?
Sorry, we only take cash.
What's happening?
This little girl started shouting for no apparent reason.
Do you read regularly?
Not quite often.
Do you mind if I open the windows?
Sure, make yourself comfortable.
Can you pick me up at the station?
All right, at what time?
When did it all start?
It started right from university.
What are you going to do today?
I'm going to see a doctor, then go to a friend.
Are you ready to order?
Yes, I'll take pasta.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good, thanks.
How do you go to school?
I go there by bus.
Do you speak English?
Yes, a little. I speak a little English.
Does your friend speak English?
Yes, he does. He speaks English perfectly.
What's your friend's native language?
I don't know what his native language is.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak several languages.
Does your friend speak several languages?
Yes, he does. He speaks 4 languages.
Does your friend know several languages?
Yes, he reads and writes 3 languages.
How well do you know French?
I know French pretty well.
Do you make mistakes when you speak French?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I make mistakes.
Do you speak English very well?
I have a lot of trouble with pronunciation.
How is my accent in French?
Your accent is very good. You speak French very well.
What are you doing?
I'm reading a book.
Can you help me?
Of course. What do you need?
How was your day?
It was good, thanks.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have one brother.
Do you live in your own house?
No, I am renting a 3-bathroom apartment.
How much is the rent?
The rent is $5,500 a month.
What is your weight?
I weigh 159 pounds.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is cheeseburger.
Can you cook?
Yes, I can. I used to cook quite often.
How did you learn to cook?
I learned with my mother.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Do you like watching documentaries?
Yes, I like documentaries a lot.
What types of documentaries do you watch?
I like watching animal, geography, and science documentaries.
Which animal do you like the most?
The animal I like the most is a tiger.
What is your favorite pet?
Dogs are my favorite pets.
What time do you go to work every morning?
I go to work at 8:30 every morning.
Who do you love most in your family?
I equally love everyone in my family.
What day is today?
Today is Sunday.
How is the weather today?
If the weather is hot, I don't want to go anywhere and I don't want to do anything. I'll just want to stay at home.
How often do you think about your job?
I think about my job very often.
How often do you come to class a day?
In the morning, I come to class to study basic English.
How often do you read for knowledge?
I sometimes read for knowledge. I like reading. But I cannot always read because I have no time for reading.